Assalamualaikum Pakistan. Welcome to the One to One podcast, episode number 10. So today it's not the One to One podcast, it's the Two on Two podcast.
Two on Two podcast.
So we have two very special guests, one from all the way from Singapore and the other all the way from Hong Kong. We have Faizan Zan with us today, a mixed martial artist, and we have Nosh Khan as well, another mixed martial artist. And today joining me is my co-host for the very first time, Shah Rukh Khan.
Assalamu alaikum. First time we're on camera together.
Yeah, first time we're on camera together. Boys, what's up? I mean,
what is not up? Man?
What is not
First
up?
of all, man, I just want to say that this is one of the best platforms for a lot of fighters and people that I've seen in Pakistan.
Thanks, brother.
And no one covers it the way you do. You have trained this sport, and it's unconditional about who you bring. There's no favoritism, no biasness, and great fighters, great food bloggers, a lot of activists. I mean, activists have come here, and man, it's just an honor for me. First, to
thank you, brother. It's an honor for us, to have you on the platform, to have Nosh on the, because I've heard a lot about Nosh. But Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and this is the first time I'm meeting a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, so I'm थोड़ा fanboy type मेरा scene चल रहा है अभी. So, अच्छा, you guys reached yesterday. ठीक है, कल पहुंचे आप लोग इस्लामाबाद और कल रात ही को आप लोग प्रोफेशनल आप दोनों की फाइट्स हुई हैं. सो ये किस तरह, मतलब कि पहले से प्लान था कि आप दोनों लड़ेंगे, बिकॉज ये जो इवेंट हुआ है ये तो रातों रात हुआ है जहाँ तक मुझे पता चला है.
So this is how the event came by, and a huge prop to Nosh Khan for organizing the event. As you guys might know, Vlogger series.
Yeah, Vlogger.
He also does those events.
What an event! What a person.
The thing with this event is, you're right, kind of rat hua hai, lekin how this came by is not. He messages me saying, hey, you know what? I want to throw a contenders event. Can I use the gym? And he's also a shareholder in the gym, so Infinity MMA. So I'm like, yeah, sure. I think it's a good idea. Let's do the event, and we're just talking about the idea. 2 days before I arrived, he's like, bro, let's do it on the 25th.
Yeah.
And then I was training with Nosh at that time. Subah hi matlab training mein maar kha ke phir वैसे भी नहीं चल रहा था, and I'm like, Nosh, do you think you got space for one fight before the one in January in Moscow, which we're going to talk about in a bit?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, hey, listen, Nasser, we want to get on as well. What do you think? And he's like, oh, great, let's do this, let me do that, let me do this. I swear, I had nothing to do with this event, and no one else in the gym who owns the gym had anything to do with it. We went by the gym at like 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock.
Yeah, we went by the gym at 2 o'clock just to see, hey, is it open? What's going on? There's an event today. The gym was closed, and I'm like, this doesn't look good.
Yeah.
We go in, we go back to the hotel, and then we're chilling out. I come back and I'm like, oh, he put these colorful lights on top of the cage, closed the other lights in the gym, made it look like a little studio with the proper sound system. He's got a lot of like these young boys in his gym that he teaches for free, out of poverty and stuff. And we go there, some of them is doing the cutman's job, one's the timekeeper, one's pressing my 10-second bell.
How intense and how crazy is that?
And we go in and everyone's like looking at us, because in Pakistan, everyone, then the way you walk and the way you talk, you can tell where a man's from, right?
Yeah.
So we go inside and everyone's looking at us like, who is these different dressed people, who are they? And I'm like, he's a veteran of like 25 MMA fights, 40 kickboxing fights, so it's not as bad for him. But I was like, man, there's so many people watching now, and everyone thinks I'm some big, thing, a big shot, hot shot. And I walk out there and I'm like, bro, Nosh, man, I'm not saying I'm scared, but this doesn't look safe.
You've come into enemy territory.
And my opponent's there, like, man, Faizan Khan, Allah bless you, bro, such a nice guy. He's sitting there looking at me like this. And I'm like, Nosh, that's the guy I'm fighting. And he's a bodybuilder, so looked in good shape. He was staring me right, and I'm like, all right, man, let's go, And we went in, we fought. Our fights were right before each other, nothing in the middle.
Yeah.
So I put my mouthpiece in. He's like, go have fun. And I went in, I won the fight, second round armbar. Tough
excellent.
guy, strong guy.
Yeah.
And then right after that, I win, and I was at first like, yeah, I should tell him. I'm like, no, shit, Nosh has got his fight, the next one. So I run right out the cage, put my shirt on, and then I'm like, Nosh, are you ready? He's like, yeah. And then he'll tell you about that fight.
Yeah. So how did your fight go?
It went okay, pretty much. Was very excited to be back home. always was a dream of mine to fight at home, man. Since I was a kid, I'm like, man, I want.
Actually, this is the first time you fought in Pakistan.
First time, हाँ.
Okay.
पहली बार इधर fight किया तो बहुत खुशी हुई ना, और यहाँ का level देखा मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई कि पाकिस्तान में sport grow हो रहा है, क्योंकि बाहर से आप आते हो, expectation different होता है, मगर इधर आते हो देखते हो level इतना different नहीं है, सिर्फ हमारे लोगों को थोड़ी बहुत guidance चाहिए कि कोई उन्हें रास्ता दिखाए कि ऐसे करना चाहिए, हमारे लोगों में दिल बहुत है ट्रेनिंग के लिए, मगर उनके पास वो नहीं है गाइडेंस, उनको गाइडेंस मिल जाए ना तो हमारे लोग बहुत आगे तक पहुंचेंगे।
बिल्कुल।
तो जब मैं वापस आया, जिम में इवेंट हो रहा है और सही जैसे बाहर वतन में इवेंट नहीं होता है उस तरह हो रहा है, लाइटें सब सेट है, जैसे इसने बोला सब कुछ रेडी है, माहौल सब अच्छा है, कोई कटमैन कर रहा है, कोई ये कर रहा है, तो बहुत अच्छा लगा, बेहतरीन लगा, और पहली बार पाकिस्तान में फाइट किया, बहुत खुशी हुई।
Sorry.
No, go ahead, bro.
Just to add on to that, though, you know, one of the things we wanted to talk about, you know, MMA in Pakistan today, and to all of you guys, you know, who MMA is in such a bright topic, we'll try and make it bright. And
of course. This is why I've opened this platform. कि MMA को पाकिस्तान में उठाना है हर हालत में. Yeah.
So you know, we walk in, and you see like these Pakhtun guys like strong, like you know, just staring each other down, like among each other, you know, and they're like hitting the pads hard, and you know, everyone like, and I'm looking at the guy, he's not very technical, you know, but like you can see he's there to fight. Like Professor Nosh said, you know, there's so many people in this country that are real tough fighters. I think you spoke to Lumi about why people in Gilgit-Baltistan are so different. Not just Gilgit-Baltistan, not just KPK. I'm not being biased because we're from KPK, but there's, you know, not just KPK, anywhere where people face any hardships, those people are tough. And like, you know, there's two kinds of people, Ali. There's athletes and there's fighters. I would put myself as an athlete. I go to win. I don't go to hurt anybody. I don't go to like be like, oh, you know, this is him versus me. You know, you punch me once, I'm gonna hit you twice. It doesn't work like that. I'm like, there's 30 seconds left. I'm gonna win the round, you know, and I'm gonna win the fight. I'm gonna be completely honest about it. My coach is laughing there because in my last fight I hit like 15 takedowns or something, and it was just keeping the guy down and just punching a bit, not to get stood
being
up
technical, basically.
Going there to win. So athlete mentality. Sorry. And then there's those people that are fighters. They might not be like Kamran Iqbal we were speaking about earlier. Today we had the honor of training with him as well. That guy, you know, you see in his fights, I am sure he's very technical in training. I'm sure he hits the pads. I'm sure he works techniques with them, wherever he's working with. But when he goes to fight, you see another dog.
Exactly.
He goes to swing. He goes to like, you watch his vlogger fight. He knocked that Afghan guy out.
Left hook, boom.
I mean, you know, and these people have like fighter spirits in their hearts.
Exactly.
And it's one of those things, you know, that I saw in these people that they have the fighter spirit. None of them look like game winners, like the athletes, you know, that just with that mentality, like I'm just coming to win. They're like, let's go, you know, that kind of thing. Like, you hit me, I hit you. Like I saw some fights, like even my opponent, you know, of course, you know, I've trained with like black belts, like major overall X1FC fighter, you know, one of my other jiu-jitsu coaches, Luke Leisure, and Andrea, all these people that have fought at certain levels, you know. I mean, I know technically a lot superior, and these guys are from places like Mardan, Peshawar, like the ones I saw in the gym, you know, Gujarat and Pakistan and stuff, and I'm like, you know, there's no instruction there, you know, but like the way their eyes were open when they were swinging and stuff, so you can tell, you know, they're fighters here, and fighters by heart. So, like Professor Nosh said, we just need a little bit of guidance, and this is where Pakistan is in MMA today. You know, I mean, it started out, in my opinion, I don't think MMA started out with Jalil Ahmed from Pakido, and they were doing another type of it's like, you know, almost like MMA and mixing grappling and striking together, and then they started doing some MMA, and I think the first real coaches of MMA were TFF Sultan Hisham, and they didn't know anything as well. Even when I came, I remember they had this certain knowledge of like, you know, what like basic jiu-jitsu is, how to striking, and you know, Hisham's a smart guy, and he figured out, you know, how it works, and you know, those guys didn't go through like you know, all these fights, have all these people on top of them, like, oh, you know, show us this, show us that, show us, you know, you know, we're showing them that, and then they're learning this, and they're showing it to other people. No, oh, this guy, this one, let me see how this looks, you know, stuff like that. And you know, it started from there, and you know, guys with not real like battle tested guys, but they just made it work. And there were just like little seeds planted from maybe before the traditional guys.
Yeah.
UFC got famous, not half as famous as it is today, but you know, I mean, it started out, and I feel like it came to a certain point where you started having fighters. Ahmed Mushtaba.
Yeah.
You know, I still believe today, wholeheartedly, like in all of Pakistan today, you know, skill wise, technique wise, everything. A great athlete too.
Yeah.
Like you were in TFF before, you saw him. You know.
Yeah.
Like athlete,
Humble.
You know.
Humble. I remember, you know, this is that guy who used to come in the morning, train, go home, have his meals, then come back and train. So basically ये इन सब लोगों ने ना जिम में ही अपनी ज़िंदगी गुजारी और उनकी वो डेडिकेशन का लेवल नज़र आ रहा है. अब now look, Ahmed is a 1FC fighter, ठीक है? That's not a joke, not at all. Luck has not been on his side since the past year or so because the fight cancellations, 2 दफ़ा राहुल राजू के साथ उसने he had to fight, date was set. हाँ वो बहुत मारना था and you know props to the kid who stepped in. Furqan Chima, ठीक है ना? He also fought well, but of course there are levels to this. Everybody knows, and I'm happy he got that experience and that he, you know, and hopefully in his next fight वो और जज्बे से आएगा और तरीके से लड़ेगा and inshallah he's going to win as well because at the end of the day वो पाकिस्तान को represent कर रहा है, ठीक है ना? तो ये इनकी बात है कि बस मेहनत ही है इस फील्ड में specifically और मेरे ख्याल से जिस्म से ज़्यादा दिमाग इस्तेमाल करना होता है मिक्स मार्शल आर्ट्स में. एक तो चीज़ अब बॉडी बिल्डर्स है, ठीक है ना, उनने अपना जिस्म इस्तेमाल करना है, इतना कोई दिमाग रिलेटेड नहीं है बिकॉज वो कंसिस्टेंटली एक ही चीज़ रैप बाय रैप करे. जब आप मार्शल आर्ट्स, बॉक्सिंग, किसी भी कॉम्बैट स्पोर्ट्स में, जिजिट्सू में आप जाते हो, इट्स ऑल अबाउट योर माइंड. ये टेक्निक, रेपिटेशन, फिर आप देखते हो कि चलो ओके नेक्स्ट, अब मैंने नेक्स्ट अपने टेक्निक में जाना है, दूसरी चीज़ इस्तेमाल करनी है. सो ये इन फाइटर्स का है कि बस यू नो वही व्हाट नॉश सेड के गाइडेंस. अब इस गाइडेंस का हल क्या है?
गाइडेंस का हल यह है कि जितने भी लोग बाहर ट्रेनिंग करें, जैसे फैजान भाई हो गए, मैं हो गया, कोई और हो गया, हमको वापस आके अपना नॉलेज स्प्रेड करना है. सबसे ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम कम्युनिटी में ये है कि हमारा भला ना हो मगर दूसरे का भी नहीं होना चाहिए. ये बहुत रॉन्ग कॉन्सेप्ट है. जितने भी बाहर लोग जा रहे हैं, चाहे जो भी लोकल फाइटर्स हों, बाहर कैंप करके आए, नॉलेज स्प्रेड करें. स्प्रेड करने से पूरे देश का अच्छा होगा. तो इस वजह से सबका नॉलेज बढ़ेगा. और लेवल है यहाँ पे, जिजिट्सू इधर ब्राउन बेल्ट्स भी हैं, पर्पल भी हैं अगर आप देखें जी. और लोकली गाइस ट्रेन करें जिनका लेवल बहुत हाई है लोकल स्टैंडर्ड्स के साथ. अगर आप इंटरनेशनल के साथ कंपेयर करें, ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर है, इतना डिफरेंस नहीं है. तो हमारे लोगों के पास है ये चीज़ के कर सकते हैं. और या अगर कोई मुश्किल होगा या किसी जिम कोई इन्वेस्ट कर सकता है कि बाहर से कोई लाए, 1-2 महीने के लिए रखे और उसके बाद स्प्रेड करता रहे नॉलेज. ऐसे होगा. एक दूसरे की मदद करनी चाहिए, ऐसे स्पोर्ट बढ़ता है. मगर MMA और जितना भी फाइट स्पोर्ट है ये बहुत सेल्फिश स्पोर्ट है. जिस एंगल से आप देखें बहुत सेल्फिश है. हमेशा अपना ही सोचना है, लड़ोगे अकेले, ट्रेनिंग करोगे अकेले, कॉन्सिक्वेंस अकेले रहोगे उस सब का. मगर चाहिए तो यही है कि सब एक साथ मिले, एक साथ ट्रेनिंग करें. MMA इंडिविजुअल स्पोर्ट है, मगर जब आउटसाइड द कंट्री फाइट करें एज अ टीम फाइट करना चाहिए. सब लोग एक साथ करें, एक आदमी की मदद करें. फर्ज करें फैजान अब बाहर लड़ रहा है, पाकिस्तान रिप्रेजेंट करें, बाहर लड़ रहा है, पूरे देश को चाहिए इसकी मदद करें, कुछ चाहिए इसको, इसके साथ ट्रेनिंग करें. पूरे देश का भला होगा. जीतेगा ये सही बात है, मगर देश का नाम रोशन होगा, सबका नाम ऊपर जाएगा. मगर लोग ऐसे नहीं सोचते. लोग सोचते हैं इसको क्यों मिला चांस, हमारे को क्यों नहीं मिला, इसको स्पॉन्सर क्यों मिला, हमारे को क्यों नहीं मिले. सबसे बड़ा ये प्रॉब्लम है, लोग किसी और का भला नहीं देखना चाहते. जिस दिन लोग दूसरों को भला देखेंगे, देश का नाम बहुत ऊपर जाएगा भाई, बहुत ज्यादा ऊपर.
He's right, 100%. And you know, as Coach Nosh was talking about this today, for example, little things, Ali, like you were there when no one really knew anything, right?
Yeah.
And then you watched the sport grow what it is today. This person came, this person went, tomorrow he comes, tomorrow he goes. It's a never-ending cycle, but you know what? Like Professor Nosh trains with a very, very respected fighter in Asia, Rodrigo Caporal.
Okay.
He is a champion in Kunlun. He's beaten tough Dagestani guys, and you know, my coach major overall. He's like got highlight reel knockouts in one championship, you know, and black belt checkmat. Other coach Luke Leisure, you know, NCAA wrestling. Like you got all these guys with all this knowledge. But more than just knowledge, you know, for example, for me to get ready there, I've got this perfect fitness gym where I train. I've got an S&C coach who's getting me in shape. You know, today we need to do this. Tomorrow you have to do that. Then this and that.
Yeah.
And then there's, if I'm doing wrestling, you know, he's like, hey, you know, you got fight. Your fight is this. Your opponent is doing that. You know, there is guidance.
Yeah.
That's why I go up. That's why Professor Nosh has 60 fights.
Yeah.
You know, and 60 fights is no joke. I mean, it's a real veteran. You know, people say, oh, I'm a war veteran. This is a fighting veteran. You know, and this is the thing we lack in every sport. This goes out to everyone, be it cricket, be it hockey, be it any sport, wrestling. Why is Pakistan cricket not doing as great as it should be?
Yeah.
You need elite strength and conditioning coaches to work on their conditioning. You need to tell them what to eat, what to drink, what not to eat, what not to drink. We could go on all day about the times, you know, weight cutting, because I've cornered fighters in the UFC and won and everything. You need guidance, and unless this guidance is not there, unless people put aside like, oh, I'm this team, I'm this, that, wear this, wear that, you know, I've got this problem with you, I've got that problem with you. Trivial things. We're all gonna die one day.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm not gonna fight. You might not be doing this, you know, in the future, whatever you're doing. Professor Nosh might not even train jiu-jitsu even after being a black belt, you know. So it's you know, at the end of the day, you gotta plant that seed.
Yeah.
Once you plant that seed, this thing is gonna go.
Exactly.
And that's what it is, and you know, and just talking about preparing and seeds and stuff. You know, we came together about I'd say 2 weeks ago. We came to Singapore, you know, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, to put in like 2 weeks of work, you know, just preparing for the next fight he has in China. I mean, Russia, against a tough Lithuanian guy. Anyone from any Anya or any you know, Istan or any country like that, Romania, any of these countries is generally like a tough man, you know. And, you know, we started training in Singapore for a while. Well, you know, I've got some good Russian Italian guys, they were really good. Yeah. And, you know, and then, of course, with Professor Caporal and everything, the guidance, you know. And now, what we planned was, it's, you know, I don't think it's as celebrated and stuff in that Christmas to New Year period in Pakistan as it is in other places, but everything is closed. Yeah. So we were like, you know what? There's a lot of days off. Let's take this opportunity and let's come together, go to Pakistan and just train. And then Mushtaba's fighting against Edward Falayam. When? End of the month, I believe. End of January.
Excellent.
So it's a big fight, co-main event, I think, and you know, Falayam isn't a joke, and you know, it's the biggest caliber of fight Pakistan has ever done, and I'm like, you know what, let's just help him out.
Of course.
Let's go to Cax Fight Club, let's go work with those guys, you know, they probably need some help. And I mean, black belt coming to Pakistan, there's so many things we can do, you know, people can just pick his brain out. So I told him that, you know, like, let's do this, let's plan this out, and we'll also go see the gym, you know, and how it's doing and stuff, and you're like, okay, let's go. So, you know, we came here, and we're training twice a day here. Like today, I was telling you this just earlier, I was training with Kamran Iqbal today. I was training with Ahmed Mushtaba, and there was our friend Rizwan, the MTK manager as well. And you know, a lot of good training that we put in today. And with all that, I feel like you know, it's one of those things where this part of his fight camp, I think, is the most important. Yeah. And we're doing it here, so it's.
This is exactly what we need, right? This is exactly what we need. Individuals like you, experienced fighting veterans like Nosh, like you. The exposure you guys are getting abhi, you know, हमारे बंदों को वो मिल ही नहीं सकता. जो हमारे इधर athletes हैं उनको मिल ही नहीं सकता. And the thing which you know, your point, the strength and conditioning coaches. 100%. ये बहुत ज़रूरी है हमारे मुल्क में, जो हो ही नहीं रहा. बच्चों को टेक्निक आ रहा है, ठीक है, लेकिन वो घर जाकर रात को पराठे खा रहे हैं, ठीक है?
You know, 100%. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah. No disrespect to Pakistan cricket. We all love you. We all, you know, when you especially play India, you know, our hearts go crazy as well. And to Pakistan, any sport in this country, you know, God bless you all. But it's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing, like how you see our national athletes at this level. Some with bellies. Now it's a lot better.
They don't look like athletes at all.
Now it's a lot better.
Yeah.
But they got bellies. You know, you've got athletes like, for example, wrestling in Pakistan. There are some very good wrestlers. Inam Butt, Zaman Anwar, all these guys are very good wrestlers. But the problem is, you know, I mean, A lot of them come from the desi mentality. Like, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna have roti, I'm gonna have this.
Makhan, ghee. Yeah, exactly.
These तरह की चीजें जो है ना, they give you. Yes, I mean, to a common man who's doing labor work, you get this, fast, complex carbs from roti, and you think this stuff makes you strong. Yes, it does give you energy. Like, you need a guy to tell you how to, because you have to cut weight in these sports, and you need to look good, you need to be strong and ready to go. You need someone to, guide you. You need, sorry. You need a lot of people. You need someone to guide you. At the same time, you need discipline. Discipline is something that's really important. And
very important.
And discipline can be taught, but then someone needs to be over your head at all times. For
exactly.
A while, so you learn what to do.
نہیں یہ بات میں نہیں کیونکہ ایتھلیٹ کو خود پتہ ہونا چاہیے کہ اس کو کیا کرنا چاہیے. یہ ہمیشہ میرے کو بولتا ہے کہ فائٹر کے ساتھ ایک ہونا چاہیے. نہیں, یہ بات میرے لیے ٹھیک نہیں ہے کیونکہ دیکھو ہر جاب کی طرح آپ کا جاب ہے. آپ کو پتہ ہے آپ اچھا نہیں کھاؤ گے پرفارمنس اچھا نہیں ہوگا, ٹریننگ صحیح نہیں کرو گے صحیح نہیں ہوگا. گائیڈنس ٹھیک ہے ہونی چاہیے, مگر اپنے آپ کو بھی اپنا سیلف موٹیویشن ہونا چاہیے کہ دیکھو میرا فائٹ آ رہا ہے, مجھے ٹریننگ کرنا ہے. کوئی فائٹرز ایسے ہیں کہ جن کے ساتھ پہ کوچ نہ ہو وہ کچھ ٹریننگ نہیں کریں گے. ٹو می دس ڈز ناٹ میک سینس. ایز اے ایتھلیٹ آپ کو چاہیے کہ میں دن میں 2-3 بار ٹریننگ کروں, اپنے اپوننٹ سے زیادہ ٹریننگ کروں ہر وقت, کیونکہ یہ آپ کا کام ہے. کام صحیح طرح نہیں کرو گے تو کیسے جیتو گے؟
بالکل.
کوئی لوگ ایسے کرتے ہیں کہ اب میں فائٹر ہوں, چلو انسٹاگرام پہ لگا لیا, یہاں لگا دیا, دن میں 1 بار ٹریننگ کیا, ویڈیو بنا, میں ابھی پیڈز مارتا ہوں, یہ کرتا ہوں, بہت لوگوں نے لائک مار دیا, بس بہت بڑا آدمی ہوں میں.
If I drop any names, so many people are going to be embarrassed on this podcast, right?
No name dropping right now.
No, but
اگر یہ اپروچ رانگ ہے.
Exactly.
اپروچ ایسے ہونا چاہیے, دیکھو یہ میرا کام ہے, ٹھیک ہے آپ نے پروموشن کرنا ہے اپنا بے شک کرو, مگر کام پہ دھیان دو. آپ کو کیوں آپ کے سر کے اوپر کوئی ڈنڈے کے ساتھ چاہے کہ بھائی جاؤ ٹریننگ کرو, بھائی یہ کرو, بھائی وہ کرو. ہانگ کانگ میں ہمارا ٹریننگ ہوتا ہے 3 بار دن میں منیمم, صبح 6 بجے, پھر 12 بجے, پھر رات کو 8 بجے. یہ ہمارا مسٹ ٹریننگ ہے. 3 دیر میرے کوچ کپرال نے یہ بنایا ہوا ہے اور روز کرنا پڑتا ہے. ایک دن بھی اس نے یہ نہیں بولا ادھر جا ٹریننگ کر, ضرورت ہی نہیں ہے. کیونکہ ایز اے ایتھلیٹ آپ کو پتہ ہونا چاہیے یہ میرا کام ہے, میں کروں گا اور مجھے جیتنا ہے. اپنے اندر یہ سیلف فائر ہونا چاہیے, چاہے آدمی کتنا بھی ٹیلنٹڈ ہو, کتنا بھی اسکل ہو, کتنا بھی اچھا, جب تک اس میں ڈیزائر نہیں کچھ کرنے کا اس سے کچھ نہیں بن سکتا. آپ جتنا بھی ٹیلنٹ باہر سے لاؤ, بڑے بڑے کوچ لاؤ, بڑے بڑے آدمی لاؤ, جتنا نالج لانا ہے لاؤ, اسٹرینتھ اینڈ کنڈیشننگ کوچ بے شک لاؤ, نیوٹریشنسٹ لاؤ, ان کے سامنے میں اچھا کھانا کھا رہا ہوں, بعد میں چاکلیٹ کھاؤں, فائدہ نہیں ہوگا نا. تو اس لیے فوکس بہت امپورٹنٹ ہے. فوکس زیادہ چاہیے لوگوں کے ادھر لوگوں کو وہ ہے جو باہر ملکوں میں اتنا نہیں ہے لوگوں میں. ادھر لوگوں میں دل ہے بہت زیادہ. دل کیوں ہے؟ لوگوں نے پاورٹی دیکھا ہے, کچھ نہیں دیکھا, باہر کچھ بننا چاہتے ہیں. باہر لوگوں نے زندگی ایسے کہ اچھا فائٹنگ نہیں کیا, آفس ورک کر سکتا ہوں. فائٹنگ کا ایگزامپل آپ کتنا بناؤ گے؟ میکسیمم 2000-3000 بناؤ گے. آفس میں یہ ایزیلی بنا سکتا ہوں, چوٹ بھی نہیں لگے, کچھ ٹوٹے گا بھی نہیں, تو ایزی لائف رکھ سکتا ہوں. ادھر وہ نہیں ہے, ادھر ایز اے وے آؤٹ ہے آپ کے لیے کہ اگر میں فائٹنگ کروں کچھ بن سکتا ہوں, خاندان کا نام روشن کر سکتا ہوں, دیش کا نام روشن کر سکتا ہوں, آگے اگر اچھا کیا میں اپنا جم کھول سکتا ہوں. تو بہت اچھی طرح اپرچونیٹی بن سکتی ہے ہم لوگوں کے لیے, مگر صرف فوکس اور ٹائم چاہیے اس کے لیے.
جہاں تک مجھے نا, میں بہت ڈیپ ان چیزوں کے بارے میں کبھی کبھار سوچتا ہوں کہ ہمارا جو سب سے بڑا مسئلہ ہے نا اسپورٹس کا, وہ ہے کہ ہمارے ایجوکیشنل انسٹیٹیوشنس, گورنمنٹ کالجز, گورنمنٹ اسکولس کو جب بچہ 5ویں-4تھی کلاس میں جاتا ہے جماعت میں, اس کو تب ہی ایک اپرچونیٹی ملنی چاہیے. فار ایگزامپل جب میں بڑا ہوا, میرا کیا تھا, ایک اسکول کے پیچھے گراؤنڈ ہے جہاں بچے فٹ بال کرکٹ کھیلتے ہیں میکسیمم. ایسی اسپورٹس لانی چاہیے. ہمارا ایسا کوئی ایجوکیشن انسٹیٹیوشن, گورنمنٹ ہو پرائیویٹ ہو, پرائیویٹ افورڈ کر سکتے ہیں, گورنمنٹ بھی کرا کے افورڈ کر سکتے ہیں, کوئی نہیں کرتا. اگر ایک ریسلنگ کوچ ہو جائے, لیٹ سپوز ہمارے 4th گریڈ سے میں ریسلنگ میں لگ گیا ہوں, ٹھیک ہے, 4th گریڈ سے میں باکسنگ میں لگ گیا ہوں, بائی دا ٹائم آئی ایم ان دا 10th گریڈ میں مانسٹر بنا ہوا ہوں گا. جو بچے مانسٹر, اور ایک ہمارے بچوں میں فرسٹریشن کیوں ہے, ہمارے اتنے جوان نشے میں کیوں لگ رہے ہیں؟ دس از دی ریزن, بیکاز وہ ڈائیورٹ ایجوکیشنل
انرجی ساری کی ساری, they have nothing to put it into. And to add on to that, even if you don't get like a wrestling coach, مطلب کہ صرف physical education کے لیے, right, teach these kids how to work out. کچھ بھی نہیں, push up, squats وغیرہ باڈی ویٹ کرنا سکھا دو, they can put their energy into something, right? Because these are things that you need for the rest of your life. کیونکہ you need a way out for all of the energy, and we don't have that here. like I don't know if you guys were schooled here or abroad, but in Pakistan, like growing up, doesn't matter what school you're in or anything. मतलब कि आप लोगों को ना आपको कभी push-ups, squats, anything like that. They don't teach you how to work out. Like they just give you a stupid basketball or something like कहते जाओ जी खेलो, football पकड़ो जी खेलो. Like there's no like, because you need these things, right? You need to be fit. That is how it is. कोई second option नहीं है किसी के पास भी. You like if you stop working out completely, if you stop taking care of yourself, you're gonna end up feeling like shit. These are the facts, and nobody tells you about that.
100%.
Like you grow up like somewhere around like O levels or something. Up 16-17 साल के हो गए, you see these guys on like Instagram or like YouTube or whatever with like the 6-packs. You're like, यार मैं ऐसा बनना चाहता हूँ. That's sort of how you get into this thing. Instead of you learning about it from like a younger age, so you can actually focus, right? Like that's how we figured all of this out as well. Like we started working out when we were like what, like 16, 17.
16, no guidance, no nothing. जाहिलों की तरह पुशअप लगा रहा हूँ.
हाँ.
15, 20, 40, 50, injuring myself.
Bad form, bench presses and everything.
तब जब injuries हुई हैं 15-16 साल की उम्र में, till this day they're killing me. Legit. मतलब कि my knees, my shoulders, and I've been into fitness since I was a kid. There was no guidance, बिल्कुल भी 0%. Gym गया, YouTube में bench मारना सीखा, YouTube से squat करना सीखा. पैसे नहीं थे मेरे पास 20-25 हज़ार 10 हज़ार कि मैं एक ट्रेनर को दूं. शुरू ही तो मैंने करना है. ये हमारे एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन का बहुत बड़ा मसला है कि अगर बच्चा छोटी उम्र से फिजिकली आप फिट रखो उसको, ठीक है ना, उसके दिमाग में एक ये कॉन्सेप्ट डालो, अच्छा पढ़ाई कर रहे हो, ऑल वेल एंड गुड, दिन में 1 घंटा 2 घंटा अगर आप एक्सरसाइज भी कर लो, दैट्स मच बेटर एंड इट इफेक्ट्स. अब देखे, यू गाइस आर प्रोफेशनल एथलीट्स, ओके, द वे ऑफ थिंकिंग, आपकी डिसीजन मेकिंग, ठीक है, आपका लाइफस्टाइल, जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस वन फैक्टर, ठीक है, फिटनेस आपकी रूटीन बन गई है, आपके एक लेजिट लाइफस्टाइल बन गया, आपकी जिंदगी में आउटकम्स आपके अच्छे आ रहे हैं, व्हाटएवर यू डूइंग यू गेटिंग अ गुड आउटकम आउट ऑफ इट. व्हाई? बिकॉज आप एक अच्छी चीज को फॉलो कर रहे हो. इधर जी, अब मैं इतनी डेप्थ में नहीं जाना चाह रहा.
ये एक ऐसी आर्गुमेंट नहीं अगले 2 घंटे चल सकते हैं.
But to be honest, what you said about this 100%. Look at the US, I single-handedly believe the US and Russia are the 2 countries in this world that have the perfect setup of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Kids, regardless of whether you like it or not, either you do American football, or either you do wrestling, or either you do basketball, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You grind.
Yeah.
Summer camps and things like that. I've seen why are there so many good American fighters in the UFC? They have this thing with wrestling.
Exactly.
They have this thing with any sports. That there is a saying called black lead. It came from America because all these, people of African American origin.
Yeah.
They're just excelling because you see. This is how you see who's an athlete, who's not. It's all about infrastructure. Ali. The thing is, and I would be a hypocrite if I said I wouldn't. If I have a kid, would I? Over here, they say there's a saying. ये कहते ना कि खुला दिमाग होना चाहिए. बेशक अगर आपका बेटा आर्ट्स करे या स्पोर्ट्स करे, सपोर्ट करो, हर किसी का अपना रास्ता होता है, ये वो. I agree, this is how it should be. But if I'm in one of those parents' spot, would I rather see my kid getting a job in a bank, or would I see my kid getting punched in the face, or like that kind of thing? Like if these concerns will always be there.
Of course, 101%.
Why did MMA in Russia get so big? You had a breakout star like Khabib.
Yeah.
And it's about, because Ali, the thing is, wrestling makes you a man.
Yeah.
Wrestling, there's no greater sport than wrestling, grappling, any of these, boxing, that make you a man up.
Yeah.
And it will be good for our society.
Culture.
मतलब जो माशरा in general, उसके लिए बहुत अच्छा हो जाएगा कि इस तरह की young age से, or more than just fitness. You can learn fitness online.
Yeah.
Of course, these kind of things. Like you said it best, part of the kid's life.
Exactly.
Yeah, कि वही चीज़ है, and part of our life is fighting. All we do is,
And imagine कि जब आप पाकिस्तान में थे, आप दोनों brought up आपका पाकिस्तान में हुआ था.
Born, yes, we
yeah.
were born in Pakistan.
कि for example, when you're 7-8 years old, आपके अब ये होता है कि आप स्कूल की फीस अलग दे रहे हो, वो वालिदैन के लिए अलग एक मुसीबत है, टेंशन है, ठीक है. फिर उसके बाद आपके आपने बच्चे को फिजिकल एक्टिविटी करवानी है, उसके आप पैसे अलग दो. व्हाई नॉट कि आपके स्कूल में ये चीज़ हो. अगर ये स्कूल में चीज़ होती, अभी यू वुड हैव बीन 10 steps ahead where you are right now, obviously, ठीक है ना. ये चीज़ हमारे गवर्नमेंट को और प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूशंस को जिस दिन समझ आ जाए, उनके दिमाग में एक बात है, बच्चा स्कॉलरशिप लेगा, हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी फेमस होएगी।
Exactly.
वो बच्चा जब UFC 1 या किसी NCAA या कोई सी NFL और एनी सच लीग में ये जाए, वो आपका ट्रिपल मतलब योर स्कूल इज गोना ब्लो अप, आपका जो इंस्टीट्यूशन है सब जानना शुरू हो जाएंगे और उससे ज्यादा आपकी मुल्क की रिकग्निशन होना शुरू हो जाएगी। अभी किधर है पाकिस्तानी, अभी कोई पाकिस्तानी है UFC में, बेलाटोर में? नन।
हम जाएंगे ना
इंशाल्लाह। एग्जैक्टली, दिस इज द थिंग। वही ना, अब लोगों को रियलाइजेशन होना शुरू होगी है, अभी तक नहीं है। अगर ये चीज इम्प्लीमेंट हुई भी होती, वी वुड हैव बीन फेमस।
असल में एक और चीज साथ साथ ये भी है ना कि despite these horrible conditions and everything, we still have athletes coming up who are incredibly talented, like genetically gifted, talented, hardworking and everything. Imagine if we had this system from like a grassroots level, school level, say is tarah se, imagine how much higher those athletes would be right now if they had that training like 5 years ago before they started or something, right? Bahar yahi hai ke, like, you look at Khabib for example, theek hai, that guy's been doing this since he was like a little kid. That's why he's so this like theek hai, genetically he's very gifted, no doubt about that. But you look at these Dagestani guys, you guys have seen them up close. That's their life. That's how they grew up, right? Once you're doing something from like a really young age, you sort of like grow into it so much that's all you know, and you're like a master at it, right? And we don't have that here. But despite all of that, we still have so many up and coming athletes who are incredibly gifted, hardworking, and everything. Like Mashwani, Ahmed Mushtaba, all of these guys. Mohammad Wasim, yeah. Even the guys in boxing, right? They come from like horrible conditions. Koi guidance nahi, koi kuch nahi. And just because of the fact that they're genetically gifted, they can sort of make it. Imagine those guys with the proper training from like a really young age. Matlab ke, say, killer combination, right? That's like the perfect fighter right there. You get them into the sport like a really young age, and they're good to go for the rest of their life.
You know,
डिपेंड करता है, क्योंकि थाईलैंड में आप देखो, आप यंग एज से बच्चों को ब्रॉट अप करते हो, बाय द टाइम वो 20 हो जाते हैं, फिनिश, करियर ओवर हो गया।
Yeah.
तो डिपेंड करता है कि बहुत यंग एज से शुरू किया, खबीब और ये सब तो हुआ है, रेयर केसेस है कि अब तक जा रहे हैं, मगर वो भी रिटायरमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, ओनली 32-33 साल के, वो बोल रहा है बस मेरा टाइम पूरा हो गया। तो कभी कभी लेट स्टार्ट भी अच्छा होता है। मैंने जिजित्सु 21 ईयर्स पे स्टार्ट किया था, बहुत लेट स्टार्ट किया है, मगर लॉन्जेविटी ज़्यादा हो गया ना। जब रैंडी कटूर UFC गया 38 था ऑलमोस्ट, उस वजह से उसका लॉन्जेविटी ज़्यादा रहा है। और बैक इन द डे इतना इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं था, अब इंफॉर्मेशन बहुत ज़्यादा और इजीली एक्सेसिबल है, जैसे यूट्यूब हो गया, ये सब हो गया। बिल्कुल। तो कभी कभी मुझे लगता है कि हर चीज़ का अपना टाइम होता है, राइट टाइम पे राइट चीज़ आपको खुद ढूंढेगी। तो डिपेंड करता है ये बात। जैसे अब आप देखो अमेरिका में AOJ एकेडमी ऑफ जिजित्सु, वहाँ वो लोग बच्चों को ट्रेनिंग करवा रहे हैं। हमारे अपनी जिम में हांगकांग में बच्चों का मिनिमम एज जो हमने स्टार्ट किया 3 to 5 years old, टॉडलर्स आ रहे हैं जिजित्सु करने के लिए। तो अब जैसी इन्फॉर्मेशन ज़्यादा बढ़ रही है, लोग ज़्यादा समझ रहे हैं, वो खुद लोगों को डाल रहे हैं। मगर इसमें एक पॉइंट भी आता है फिर कि टू मच कहाँ आता है कि आप इतनी यंग एज से कर रहे हो, आप इंटरेस्ट लूज कर सकते हो ओवर द टाइम, इंजरीज हो सकती है। और अगर कंपेटिटर हो, सोचो आप ऑलमोस्ट 10 years से कम्पीट कर रहे हो, बाय द टाइम you're 20-30 you're done. फिर टाइम गया,
अब करियर गया, yeah.
In that stage, जो आप एक तरीके से अपने प्राइम में पहुंच रहे होते हो, because everyone says
prime,
that, 27 to 35, that is your prime, fighting prime.
Ali, did you watch UFC 245?
Yeah, I did.
Just to touch on Nosh's point here,
Yeah.
Alex Volkanovski.
Yeah.
The reason I know so much about this because he trains in Asia, like just two countries apart from us in Thailand. That guy was a rugby player. He used to be 120 kilograms or something like that, and he now fights at 66. And he wasn't like necessarily fat, just rugby players, right? He started MMA really late. I think only started training like 14, yeah. Five years ago. 5 years ago. Like that's no time to be a UFC champion.
Exactly.
5 years you compete, yes, you're good, but UFC champion, he started late. But look at him now. He's hitting. You saw that fight.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, congratulations Volkanovski, but I thought Holloway was gonna eat him up.
Yeah, likewise.
But how it turned out was, like, it's his time.
Yeah.
He looked sharp, he kept kicking his legs,
he
took his legs away.
Every tool.
And कहते हैं कि कई चीज़ें बस किस्मत ऊपर वाली किस्मत थी, और ये कि उसके लिए ये किस्मत थी,
बिल्कुल
उसका जीतना। और yes, Professor Nosh said, everything has a time.
Yeah.
Everything has a certain effort you put in. You need your own. You need to be strong here.
Yeah.
What helps people around you? Like, and I think, people say it's 99% work and that 1% luck.
Yeah.
Or how I'd believe, the gift from God. It's always the will of God.
Yeah.
No matter what it is at the end of the day. But you just have to find your own way and make sure it works for you. Volkanovski did that really there. Look, he's not young.
Yeah. And he was against someone, just unstoppable Max Holloway.
10 fights.
10 fight win streak in the featherweight division, reigning champion. He's fought against everyone, beat Aldo twice, right? So that's a lot of pressure. But consistency, hard work, luck, everything combined, when it's your time, like you said, boom, you get the opportunity, you have to seize it. That's the thing with, everyone. Mere saath bhi hai. I had an opportunity, I saw that there was this gap in the market for athletes. I started it, You see an opportunity, you go grab it and you don't let go hold of it. Simply, sabka aisi tarah hi hota hai. Yeah, so I want, you guys are so experienced, and we love it कि पाकिस्तान को जो represent कर रहे हैं, इतने experienced लोग हैं हमारे सामने जो लोगों को अंदाजा नहीं है. Nobody knows that Pakistan has a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, and he's right here. Simple as that. People like you do exist. जो लोग को वो कहते हैं, oh यार वो तो Renzo Gracie वो black belt है, दुनिया में एक ही सिर्फ, और मतलब पाकिस्तान से कौन नजदीक जाएगा? Of course लोग पहुंच गए, accomplish कर दिया. अब how do we promote this sport? How does this sport, excel and reach where it has to reach, in Pakistan?
भाई शुरू हो भाई, सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट फाइटर्स के लिए प्लेटफॉर्म होता है. प्लेटफॉर्म इधर खोले हैं, फ्लॉगर सीरीज है, एक और
SFN था,
सराय
फाइट नाइट है. तो आप फाइटर्स के लिए बेस बना हुआ है कि आप जाओ इधर दिखाओ अपना. हर किसी के पास ऑलमोस्ट इंटरनेट है, इंस्टाग्राम हर किसी के पास है, यूट्यूब ऑलमोस्ट हर किसी के पास है. तो आप 3-4 फाइट्स करो, अच्छे फाइट्स करो, इंटरनेट पे अपलोड करो और आ रहा है आपको पूरा वो अटेंशन आ रहा है. तो प्लेटफॉर्म्स पहले से हैं. अब सिर्फ लोगों को वो करना है कि बस ट्रेनिंग करना है. इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं मिल रहा है लोकली, कोचेस नहीं है. यूट्यूब पे सब कुछ है.
100%.
यूट्यूब पे आज दिन सब कुछ है यूट्यूब पे भाई. आपने टेक्निक सीखना है, फोन रिपेयर सीखना है, इंग्लिश सीखना है, कुछ और सीखना है, सब कुछ इंटरनेट पे है. अब आपके हाथों में सब चीज़ है. सिर्फ आपने लेना है. तो प्लेटफॉर्म रेडी है, सिर्फ आपको ट्रेन करना है. ऑलमोस्ट किसी भी प्रमोशन को जाके बोलो मैंने फाइट कर रहे हैं, ऑलमोस्ट सब लोग आपको बोलेंगे ठीक है, रिकॉर्ड बन गया, रिकग्निशन ओवरसीज मिल गया, बन गया.
I wanted to talk about the athlete management in Pakistan, because I know you are involved in one way or the other, that you know that who is the upcoming talent, किस तरह है. So for example, there is this kid, 3-4 वो लड़ाइयाँ करता है, So how do you give him an opportunity? क्या आप देखते हो, क्या उसके negatives, positives देख के आप उसको एक opportunity देते हो, और आपने अपने links इतनी बड़ी organization के साथ कैसे बनाए हैं?
Firstly, how I made, I'm gonna make it really short, but man, I was 15 years old. I was like trying to figure out what MMA. I mean, I just watched some UFC and stuff, and I'm like, oh, this stuff is cool,
Yeah.
And I went down to watch one championship in Singapore, and bro, I was watching, and I'm like, man, what have I been doing? This is me. This is like what I like. And the next week or so, I went down to gym. I started training grappling, and there was these little skinny Asian guys, and one of them I'm sure you've seen this so much. One of them put me like a loop choke and a gi. And I didn't even know how to tie my belt. It was like this, and one of them put me in the loop choke and the gi, and I'm like tapping out, and I'm like, what is this? If this guy can do this to me, and I learned this, I am unstoppable. And I just got into MMA, and I'd start adding people, I'm like, oh, I like this fighter, just add him on Facebook. I don't have to say anything, but it's cool, I can see what stuff. And at that time in Asia, it was really new. Professional Nosh, I think, was already fighting in 2015, 2014-ish.
2013.
Yeah, he was already doing kickboxing and stuff. But for me, I just started then. And I was looking around, and I just then I met this guy on Facebook once, and he's like, oh, he thought I was some manager because I added so many fighters, and I was like, oh, do you know any fighter at 66 kilograms? This is the money they're making. And I'm like, I remember that guy was 66. Let me speak to him. And he's like, oh yeah, sure. What's your commission? commission. He's like,
Wow.
I'm like, there's no commission. Go ahead, man, have fun. He's like, usually managers take a cut, like 10, 20%, you know, whatever. And I'm like, Allah khush rakhe, aja ja ke paisa nahi chahte. And then after a while, I did lots of khairat, by the way, in this regard. But you know, after a while, I learned like, hey, you know, this thing can be profitable, and you know, I might, you know, be living in another country. Same for Professor Nosh, you know. But our hearts always. I told him when we landed here, it's like, you know, apne watan mein aake kitna sukoon milta hai. Maine kaha, I wish to be buried here when I'm passed. You know, this is my land. So you know, I mean, I was watching like these fights, you know, connecting these people, and I'm like, oh, there's money to be made here. But you know, and then I started doing this, and I actually started making a little bit of money. And you know, when I started MMA, we're from this desi माहौल से जो हमारे वालिदैन इतना सपोर्ट नहीं करते कि ये क्या करो जाके मतलब मार्केट है ये वो एक दफ़ा मैं लेट आया you know ये वन चैम्पियनशिप का इवेंट था और मेरे मतलब वालिद बहुत खफा हो गए कि आप क्यों 2 बजे रात के आए हो ये क्या कोई आने का टाइम है ये वो you know तो मुझे फाइटर बनना है लेकिन वो कह रहे हैं पहले इंसान बनो you know and things like this you know so it came to one of those points where like I'm like and you know I'm like this is going to be difficult to get any support, you know, and stuff like that in this regard. Of course, there's always home food and everything, but I'm like, you know, I could start making money here. So I was adding people, putting people for fights together and stuff like
just
that.
Linking them up.
And I was making like a little bit of pocket money on the side as a kid.
Brilliant.
In 15 years old, making money. And I never told people my age at the time because they wouldn't take you seriously. Like, 15-year-old kid, get out of here, man. You know? But I think that really like kind of pushed my mind up doing business and trying to be like, you know, sharp and things like that and training. I always, you know, personally for me, if I have a son, I will make sure that it's in wrestling from like a young age.
Exactly.
Because it makes you sharp. And you know, I feel like after that, you know, I was just speaking to people and Bashir Ahmed introduced me to Fight Fortress at the time. Because I met Bashir because he was fighting, you know, in those cards at the time and won. And he introduced me to at the Sham Sultan and you know and of course now things you know we aren't homies like the way we were but that's how it started and I was speaking to them and they you know were like oh Ulumi this you know Ulumi is this fighter we have Faizan Zan he's this type of fighter we have Eder Faman he's this type of fighter and I'm like let me get to work so what I did was I got Ulumi and Mushtaba some fights in the Philippines I got what's his name Eder Faman and Brave and all these fights and you know, and I became really good friends with them, with Mushtaba especially because I feel like he's a good man.
And he is.
You know, we became brothers, and at that point I'm like, you know, and it was also I was making the small commission, and there's Ali, you know, listen, Ahmed Mushtaba's got 2 cancellations in his last fight, you know, because of visa issues, and alhamdulillah I don't have to go through that. लेकिन यार मतलब दिल खराब होता था कि क्यों यार पाकिस्तानी से मैं पैसे ले रहा हूँ और मतलब ये है कि अभी तो भाई भी बन गए it didn't seem right और मैं अगर पैसे कमाने होते ना तो मैं रूस में जाके काम करता जो अभी चाइना में काम करता जैसे रिजवान जो है he's dominating the European market यूरोप में जाके काम करता लेकिन अली भाई बात ये ना at the end of the day that I just wanted to do something for my country. You know, Mushtaba and everything. And now you see कि ये कभी ये लड़ रहा है, कभी वो लड़ रहा है. It's कभी brave Pakistan आ रही है. Like all these things are happening, you know. और ये है कि इसी तरह start हुआ बढ़ता रहा. I was speaking to promotions and I've you know उसके बाद मैं I started working as a matchmaker. So with Rebel Fighting Championship. और मैं लोगों को मतलब यहाँ से fighters and यहाँ से and put them to fight together and I get paid for every card I do. That's when I started traveling around China and training with all these like good Brazilian athletes. I even learned how to speak Portuguese, conversational Russian and stuff like that because they don't speak any English. And just a fun fact for all of you, this guy speaks better Portuguese than anyone I've ever met. Maybe a lot of Brazilians too. But you know, it was just one of those things. And that's our actually code language when we speak in front of other people. You know, it's like, but you know, I just learned a lot of languages, you know, I dealt with people and did business with certain people around the world. And after that, you know, bro, like, I started working with a lot of fighters from Dagestan. And that's when I learned what's the difference, you know, being a fighter and, like, a fighter in just a cage and a fighter here. You gotta be a fighter in the head first, always, in life. You know, people always tell you these emotional stories, you know. I've got some friends, you know, like, they send me all these funny quotes like, if it is to be, it is up to me. I'm like, hell yeah, if it's to be, it's up to you. You know, you don't need to tell anybody.
Yeah.
It's like Professor Nosh said, you know, you can't. It's not like a otogi toy, like the one you just roll and let it go. It's you know, I just learned from those guys work ethic. It's just work ethic. And Professor Nosh has probably seen a lot of those guys in Hong Kong competing in jiu-jitsu competitions and stuff. So working with people like that, you know, having also trying to send my friends over in Pakistan to camps abroad and everything. And with Pakistan, it was never about money.
Yeah.
अपने मुल्क के लिए कुछ करना
बिल्कुल.
था. और यही इसी में आगे गया. And right now, अल्लाह का शुक्र है कि एशिया में, you know, Russia, कि कोई बुरा मतलब कोई people know me and not for any wrong reason, you know. And yeah, कि
You worked hard, obviously, man, since the age of 15. How old are you right now?
You want to take a guess?
24, 25.
I'm 20 years old.
20?
Yes.
Don't shit me, man.
अभी भी बच्चा है.
You're 20?
I'm 20 years old.
Oh my god. What's going on? I thought you were, I thought you were older than I was.
No, but
Yeah,
here's
brilliant.
the thing though. I think this one I have to for all of this. I think it's from my father. My father, you know, when it comes to languages, you know, I mean, you know, he speaks like a lot of the local Pakistani languages. You know, he can make like jokes in a lot of these local languages.
Yeah.
My father is very knowledgeable about the world and a lot about what the history of this country is, history of the countries around this country is, and you know. A lot of times I think maybe men, you know, I'm just crazy, but you know, I think a lot of it's more genetic than anything. And you know, my father always told me to be just whatever you do. Yes, you know, to begin with, not everyone's happy that my son's becoming a fighter and stuff like that. But as long as I never did anything wrong, he was always, you know, supportive of what I did. So supportive of what I did. And I think this part, this thing with the languages and just working and stuff, I think this came from my father. And he's a resourceful person. So, you know, alhamdulillah, it all ends, and you know, just moving from there.
Behreen. Acha, before we end this, I want your picks for UFC 246. Okay, the small, you know, analysis of what's going to go down, McGregor versus Cowboy, and what's your prediction, Nosh?
I think Cowboy has to wrestle him. If he decides to stand with him, it's going to be a hard night for him. Because Conor is fast. Man.
Yeah.
He's very, very fast and very, very reactive. And you see with Cowboy, he doesn't do well against southpaws. He fought Dos Anjos, he got caught with a knee. You see him fight Nate Diaz, he got a lot of punches.
Yeah.
So, man, he has to wrestle with it. Yeah. He cannot put it into an ego battle like, okay, let's go stand man toe to toe.
What about you, Faizan?
I think first of all, every time I was never a Conor McGregor fan. I was always the team Khabib, and always I was always on the other end, you know. लेकिन जब भी ये बंदा लड़ते हैं ना, I think कोई 2-3 लाख लोग और MMA देखते हैं.
Exactly.
और ये है कि पाकिस्तान में भी यही है. अगर ये बंदा पाकिस्तान की सड़कों में चल रहा होगा, I think जरूर लोग रोक के फोटो लेंगे साथ. Because everyone knows it.
Yeah.
If anyone wins, it's MMA at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And Lekin, my prediction, I was talking to Nosh about this earlier. He says Cowboys. I mean, you know, he thinks McGregor is gonna win. I was like, I think so too. बहुत मार खाने Cowboy ने. लेकिन ये क्या कहते हैं? Anything can happen in this sport.
Yeah.
मैं भी सोच रहा था Aldo उसको मारेगा, ये करेगा, या वो करेगा. लेकिन I would be safe and you know I'd say McGregor wins.
Okay. What about you?
McGregor wins. Cowboy का record ही नहीं है फिलहाल.
Yeah, man. The only thing which is, you know, I'm a McGregor fan. Sorry to you, you know, you don't support McGregor, but
बहुत दिल तोड़ा.
he's my. The reason I started watching mixed martial arts, one of the main reasons was McGregor. लेकिन पहले मुझे था if it was at 155, for sure, clean knockout. लेकिन you know he stepped up 170. That can be an issue, you know, because when you step up in weight, you know, the probability of him knocking Cowboy out decreases. ठीक है ना? That's the thing. But then again, I also hope McGregor wins, and let's see how it goes. If you guys are here, which I doubt you're going to be here by the time this fight goes down.
आप बुलाएं तो हम जरूर आएंगे.
But done. लेकिन मैं कहता हूँ छोटा सा analysis करें. Maybe we can watch it live, you know, have fun, because ये भी concept अभी शुरू नहीं हुआ हुआ. जब हमारे fighter लड़ते हैं, इधर कोई मिल के नहीं देखता, right? So I want to create that thing as well. Maybe affiliate with a restaurant. ये वो वही ना कि लोग आए साथ इकट्ठे हुए शुगल भी लगे exactly ना this is how you promote something but guys it was an honor having you ठीक है and I'm so happy and grateful for individuals like you जो who are taking out time coming to Pakistan and spreading awareness and one more thing you are doing a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu seminar as well at Infinity would you like to tomorrow so this is only for one day
for one day yes
okay
so
okay
a lot of what we're doing is we train twice a day in Pakistan so no matter what we do whether we go see things whether we go back to our villages or whatever we do over here we train twice a day
excellent
morning we train with fighters and disclose that to anyone okay this is probably going to be released a little later but anyone can come and train with us and there's no discrimination whichever team and we train fighters in the morning and at night either we go to CAX or we do some training at Infinity or so that's what it is and come learn wherever you guys are go to people who know things and learn there's always someone to teach you so it's a self-initiative so
I think also to add to that point learning goes both ways
100%.
Sometimes people are black belts and a blue belt they look at them and they're like I have nothing to learn from you one person impossible to know everything so always be open to learn from others too when people reach a certain level they're like okay I'm up here now no always keep your head open and try to learn as much as you can because impossible one person knows everything so people can teach you and you can teach people too
exactly alright guys episode number 10 is wrapped up we're so grateful for having Faizan and Nosh on the podcast and inshallah once you guys get back I want to see you in the UFC very soon, inshallah. I know this guy has talent, he's hardworking, and he's only 20 years old, which is, I'm still in shock right now. Lekin, we hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah, good luck for your fight.
Good luck for your fight. Good luck to Nosh for his fight in Moscow. When is it again?
January
11th. Guys, please tune in, support your local talent, okay? And inshallah, Nosh will be bringing back the win. Inshallah, Faizan will also be, winning his fights in the coming future. Episode number 10 is wrapped up. Nosh, ring the bell one last time.